Besides
Yeah.
this is obviously going to be. If you want to know what really happened, you need to watch this. This is the
Yeah.
only place you're going to get this type of interview or
I don't really know what this is, but I didn't do it. I'm innocent, Judge. I'm not guilty. I'm innocent.
We, the jury, being duly impaneled and sworn, find the defendant Matthew L. Moore not guilty of murder as he stands charged in count 1 of the indictment.
Yo, yo, yo. How we doing? So I just posted on Twitter. How we doing? How you doing, Chrissy? I saw you. I saw your message about the Baltimore stuff. That's horrible stuff, isn't it? I see a lot of news channels. They are covering it right now. Horrible, horrible. I've just got this here. Bear with me. I've just got to move some stuff here. I'm back on StreamYard for today, so it's all new to me. I got Tom. I got Tom in the background. I'll mute him for a bit till Karen comes. Um, Getting dressed, crazy stuff, full moon. I mean, the witching hour. I mean, that looks a bit dodgy when he's shaking. But whatever. Hope you're all well. Hello, Chrissy. Hope you're well. Hope everyone else is well. Um, do you just hate it when bills come out you and you don't know where it's for? Anyway, there's Paul. Paul's there. Dana's there, resistant to silence. Oh, right. We got two streams on the go. Two streams on the go today. So, Carrie Eager and Karen Reed. So we'll see how it goes. I hope it all goes well today. It should go well. That's why I'm back on StreamYard. Um, I'm ready for today. I'm more nervous about doing two streams that something goes wrong because we're doing closing arguments of that other trial, the Krieger trial, and this obviously. So hopefully it all goes well. I do hope so. Um, the best thing is like it should all go fine. Um, as I got Tom on mute the minute, so I can't speak and do that. So hope the audio is okay. I'm more nervous because I'm so used now to Streamlabs and changing back to StreamYard. So it's a pain in the ass. No one else does. So thank you. No, I'm joking. It'll all go fine. I think the hearing's going to be interesting. I think the hearing's going to be um, good. But every time I think that, like Judge Bev just fucks it up every time. So in case people don't know, this today we're looking at the arguments on all non-evidentiary motions to be heard. So I am looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to chilling. Oh, I need to put on Discord. Sorry, keep forgetting people. I'm crap at sharing stuff. Hang on. Let me share this on there. Announcements. We are now live. Karen Reed. Here we are. Done it everywhere now, so everyone knows I'm alive. Um, it better be. It better be. I wouldn't be surprised if she puts some stipulations in place again. But to be quite honest with you, nothing surprises me anymore with this court. Looking good, Dana. Nothing surprises me with this court at all because when she did that last time, where she said we've got all day to discuss everything, and then stipulated that they only had 10 minutes, you know. So nothing shocks me. Free Karen Reed. I just look at that crowd. I mean, the crowd's awesome. there's a lot more cameras. There's a lot more TV stations covering it. Um, I know there's a lot more out there, which is good. I mean, it gets saturated, but it's good. Rude. It's just unprofessional. It's just not right, Chrissy. It's just not right. I mean, and also when you got a woman's life, freedom in the balance to do that, that was shocking. And also to make sure that Karen was at the last hearing when she could have been on Zoom. The judge seems to be wasting everyone's time a lot. Hey, Paul, look at that. I love that sign. I wanted that sign, but it cost me like $40 to ship it over to the UK. So I was like, nah, you're all good. Um, so yeah, when you got someone's freedom in the balance, I don't think you play games, and she does play games, unfortunately. Hello, Sandra. How you doing, my darling? I hope you're well. I hope your mother's well as well. I hope all your family is well, Sandra. I think I was saying this without knowing anything about her or this trial. My stance on Bev was if this trial can go one of two ways. Well, one of three ways. One, it could just be dismissed. Fine. It's not going to be now, but it could be dismissed. Two, she could do everything legit and just let, you know, like for instance, they should have been on the last hearing, it should have been all, not the last one, the one before, all day should have been spent discussing stuff rather than just 10 minutes. Um, on the other way is that she wants to be famous. And I think that Judge Bev wants to be famous. I think that's the problem. And as soon as you want to be famous, it's no longer it's a circus. It's no longer a fair trial. It's now turned into a circus, unfortunately, and that's down to her. Um, unfortunately, that is. M Grim, how are we doing, M Grim? Hope you're well. Hope you're doing fine out there. What the badges for? Vote for Rita Lombardi. There we are. Vote for Rita if you're in the vicinity. Hope you're well, M Grim. Watching my faraway friends feed. Ah, thank you very much. It's all good. I mean, there's plenty of people streaming today, and we've all got different ways of doing it. I just prefer to just let the stream do the work. I don't discuss anything. I just let it just do it. Um, I promise you, you got a quiet stream here from Wales. I'm just I appreciate that, Chrissy, because at the end of the day, I got someone from Boston in the EU watching this, where I'm actually streaming this for most people in the UK and stuff that started to get interested in this stream. So I honestly think it's really good that we got some people from the area here because there'll be a lot of people like Sandra and a lot of other people from the UK that'll be watching that doesn't know this trial that well. But it started to latch on to and hear about Karen Reid and all that. So my viewership is lower, but we have a lot more loyal people in the sense of they want to learn. This is new to them. So to have the people like you, Christy, here is very good. So appreciate that. Hey, Christine. Hope you're well, Christine. Hope everybody's good for you. Hey, Dylan. Mum is poorly still and back in hospital. Poor mum. Yeah, it is poor. You know, we're sending love to her. Sending love to her. I hope you're keeping well as well, because it takes a toll on you as well, Sandra. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I hope she's doing okay. I hope she pulls through fine. And you know where we are, Sandra. Whenever you want a break from her all. Good morning, hello, Cable for Council. How are we doing, Cable? Ah, Cable for Council, hens. Hens. I didn't realise you changed your name. I was like, who's Cable for Council? So my dear friend, one of the biggest legends there is in this world is a woman called Hens for All, and she's running for council to change things. And I love that people that run for the good of others. Hens does a lot of voluntary work and gives like gift bags out, and all these things during Christmas, looking after the poor and stuff like that. So, Cable for council. I hope you deserve to win. You deserve to win, Hans. You generally do. You're such a lovely person. I wish I was 20% of the person you are with how giving you are. So lots of love to you. I wish I could vote. I would definitely vote. Love to my new adopted UK peeps. There we are. We appreciate you, Christy, and all the others that are here as well. That from America. We appreciate you all. Praise from Sandra. Yes. Good morning, lovelies. Hello, Kim. How are you doing, my darling? Hope you're well as well. Look at that free can read. Now this is weird, because from the UK point of view, this is weird in the sense that we don't see this every day. So this is why I love it. This is why I love Tom, because you can see this. Go cable, cable for council. There we are. Like, I meant to send you a message on Discord's head. No, I know his head. I'll give you a speech just now. It took me a second. Cable for council. Who is it? There's a Hens. I know who you are. Hens my favourite. She's just such a giving person, honestly. And I think it's people like you, Hens, that I appreciate the most because you're a good reflection for this channel. So keep up the good work. And if you want to get some hens in your garden, then hopefully you can move to Kentucky and hens can sort you out. Right. I need to look now for some streams that because I'm sure that there will be some streams coming up. Da, 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 da. By that, I mean, I think Law and Crime are probably going to be started to stream this now as well, because last time they did, but they did it without any volume. So, so here we go, Karen Reed. Let me just look at this. Hearing. Well, last time Boston 25 let us down. Court TV, they were good. And there's a ton of people streaming it. Ton. That's the problem sometimes you get with this kind of stuff. It becomes so saturated because everyone ends up streaming it. Every YouTuber in the world is now, well, not every YouTuber, but most YouTubers in the world is now streaming this. But I'm doing it specifically, as I say, differently. So let me look here to see. Okay, not there. Let me find somewhere else then. Ba-da-ba-ba. Yeah. Da-da-da-da-da. Yep. It's there. Hello, Baseball Dad. How are you doing, sir? How you doing, my friend? Hope you're well there. So I'm just looking for streams that will be playing this. I know Boss 25 are doing they're covering the Baltimore Key Bridge at the minute. The court must have expected protesters. They're there every hearing. Kim, they're awesome. They're awesome people. Awesome people. Morning, baseball dads. Did we ever figure out the situation with the phone being knocked out of his hand? So it depends on who you listen to. At the end of the day, I know what I saw, and I saw that lady, hit his phone and smash on the floor. The other side of it, people saying that she never touched it and stuff like that. So you know, we saw what we saw. I believe that she did hit his phone and then smashed it on the floor. From what I've seen. Good to hear you doing well. Good to hear, baseball dad. I love to hear when people are doing well. This is the only thing I don't like this court. They never start the streams until it's live. So we've got to wait. We've got to wait. So see who else. So it's a mix actually of streamers. They are either covering the Baltimore Key Bridge, which thoughts are with everybody involved in that. I hope everything's okay. Between that and Karen Reid, essentially nearly every streamer in the world is covering both. Look at this. I love this turnout, though. This is impressive. This is impressive. I always say it, but I mean it. I think this is impressive. Can you imagine as a defendant that when Karen rolls up and sees this, how, you know, how much energy that must give her, to see all the support she gets and stuff. People on the stairs on the way in, they're trying to all get into the courthouse. So look at them, or they're all queuing to get into the hearing, which doesn't bode well because we're about 40 minutes away and no one's in the room yet. Karen's up against an entire police department, yeah, or the majority of the police department anyway. So it's not good. I mean, prosecutors though, the prosecutors are the prosecutors because they just do their jobs. Do you know what I mean? So they decided to prosecute this, so they're always going to be against it. Um, but every prosecutor in the world is against the defendant. So when the McAlberts or Karen Reid, everybody arrives, I'll unmute Tom, but it's just too much noise if I unmute him now. Okay. Here we got that. Yeah, and this is what all we know, as in, we've no other cases. This is not Karen's case is not new. The only difference in Karen's case is the fact that look at this. You don't get this in every case. I know you do get it for some cases, but not this kind of coverage. And especially peaceful. I know, like Tom's had been attacked a couple of times, but in the norm, it's quite peaceful, or has been quite peaceful. But yeah, I mean, this is they could be proud of themselves. If Christy, you from Boston, you should be proud of these people, genuinely. But what I don't like about this place, as in what they're doing, is like how unprotected is Karen. Like Karen has to walk from a side street all the way into the courthouse. There's so many psychos out there. She doesn't have any protection at all, or she didn't. She doesn't normally have any. Um, so that needs to change. There should be protection. I know there's people out there that will protect her, but they shouldn't have to. There should be police and everything surrounding her. But we can't hear it. But there's lots of beeping of the horns and stuff like now. Um, it's just impressive. I just wish, like, obviously every case got this kind of exposure. Not every case, because you know what I mean, though. I hope you know what I mean. Where's Tom crawling up to now? He's crawling somewhere, so somebody must be arriving somewhere. Everybody. Prosecutors are supposed to be fact finders. They are like, it seems like all they care about wins. The judicial system in the US states needs to change. Yes, but unfortunately, that is every judge, every prosecutor. I think we know this in the sense of look at Matt Moore's trial. Look at Zach's. Look, well, I mean, I think you could look at pretty much 95%. I've got no reason to say 95%, but I just think it's a nice figure. 95% of trials, probably more than that actually. Once the prosecutors get the case, then they're all over it. It's all about the win. Then it doesn't matter because you're persuaded that they are guilty, or you've read something that you believe they're guilty, so you'll do anything then to put them in jail. It is, or in prison. Sorry, it's disgusting, but nothing's there to stop it, though. Nothing's there, and prosecutors are so So they know where the line is most of the time. So they don't lie, but they evade the truth a lot of the times. They're very, very smart. A lot of them are. And if they're ever called out, it's like, well, I mean, that's how I interpreted the evidence, Your Honour. We've just seen that yesterday in the Carragher trial. So, I wish there was punishments for stuff. Or what I do wish for, like I read something about Richard Allen, the Delphi. I don't follow it, but I've heard that they wanted some experts to test some stuff or come in and wherever, and it's been declined. They've been declined the money to do so, um, which is tough because when you think, where the fuck's he going? Hang on, something's happening here. So let me just. Okay, here we go. Good, Tom. Leave him alone. Everybody, leave everyone alone. So what was I going to say? So the prosecutors, they get to spend an infinity amount of money. They can spend anything they want or deem to want to. They can spend $1 million. Defendant might only have like $50,000
Good eye.
to spend
Like
on it.
that. That was
Not even that, probably.
good. Yeah.
Some defendants only get like
But now,
their lawyers, and it's like, well, that's it.
hopefully Karen's coming next.
Look at Sarah Boone. She wanted an expert in, and
Right.
the reason they couldn't get an expert is because
that's
the
not
court
today.
wouldn't allow them to spend X amount on an expert. Now, I'm not a big fan of Sarah Boone, but that's just an example. I think there should be parity on it. Both sides should be allowed to spend the exact same amount of money, and that's it. So however the prosecution gets to spend, the state public defender gets to spend the same amount.
They get to just walk right in.
Justice for John! Justice for John! Justice for John!
See, they just get to walk right in, no problem. We get to wait in line. That's what we get to do. That's not right. They get dropped off in an unmarked cruiser. That's real good too. How's that happen? The freak here. Seriously, guys? That's bold.
Right. I know exactly what you mean. If you don't have money, you're forced into a plea. Sometimes you can't find good causes where people pay for your legal fees, but not many people are fortunate. 100%. 100%. So why do you think Richard Allen is guilty? No, I've no idea. I'm presuming he's innocent unless proven otherwise. But unfortunately, that sounds like he's not going to get a fair trial, and there's no cameras allowed in his trial either. So, but I actually don't know much about that trial. So that's just an example I wanted to give. Same with Boone. I'm not covering Boone, but that's just an example. Oh, right. Let's have another look here then. What else is going on here? Jeez, there's a ton of people. There are a ton of people streaming this today. Ton. That's the problem. I mean, someone said to me, "Why don't you team up with other people to do it?" Because Mia was like, she watched my stream the other day. She goes, "I've watched this for the fourth time now, but I wanted to support you because people want to support each other and stuff, which is amazing. People don't need to do that. It's just tough because some people don't want to stream. And also, my stream it's a lot smaller, so I like to keep it small for those that just want to chat. Just for people to chat, because if you go to the bigger streams, you just can't chat. It just goes too quick. So I like a small little community here. So that's why I tend to do this. Right. Surely there's something somewhere. No, everyone. It seems to be a little bit late starting. Well, one thing I've noticed, literally everybody is streaming Tom. Everybody's streaming Tom. Not everybody, but you know what I mean? A lot of people are. Ooh. Right. Tom's running, so that means something's happening. Here she comes.
How are you, sir? Good to see you.
That. That's Karen's father.
All right, I'm gonna cry. Well, there you go, guys. Just did my best getting that for you.
Nothing, Tom. That's not easy. Fair play to him. That's amazing. What a welcome. If you're a defender, Jesus, that must lift your spirits so much because she's probably down. That lifts your spirits so much to see that the support there. So fair fucks to everybody involved in all this. Fair play to Resistance Silence. They're always out there organising this stuff. What amazing. Right, let's try and find now an actual stream of the event. I think Core TV probably got it. Don't trust Boston 25 anymore after last time. There's nothing at the minute. It's all quiet. Hey W Carl. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're well. Hope you're well. She just came out of jail. No, she's not. She's not in jail, Kim. She's not in jail. She's out on bail. She is. She's out in bail. If she was in jail, she'd have been handcuffed probably on the way in. So no, she's out on bail. She is currently. But what joy! Hey, look at that! Hang on, look at that! Fighting corruption with Turtle Boy, going through the motions. The glare, the alternate corner. Look at Dana. LTL True Crime, Young Jerks, Resistant to Silence, Tom CPU, Nick, Melly Little. Look at that. That's amazing.
All right, it is so big.
Yeah, let's go back and see it. That's Dana from Resistant to Silence.
I don't know who's responsible for it, but it's a great sign.
Yeah. Don't know nothing about it.
All right.
I'm trying to get it, like, center it. It is so big. You can add to that. Who else? Sleuthy Goosey.
Right. Fair play to them. Right. Let's have another look to see if there's any more movement in court. There's not. There's no court on yet. Okay, good. Yeah, she's out on bail, so it's all good. Right on. Yes. I saw that the other day, and I think it's fantastic. Fantastic to see stuff like that. What I'm seeing a lot more now is streamers that are not even present, just streaming, which is weird to me. Yeah. I'm feeling they won't dismiss because of corruption, but I really hope all potential jurors see all their support. Hope she gets the dismissal. Yeah, I don't think she will either. As I said at the start, I think the judge wants to be famous. I generally do. I think she wants to be famous, and because of that, it's not gonna. It's gonna go to court. It's unfortunate that that is the case, but when you've got this much media exposure, I just believe she's going to make it about herself, and that should never be the case. But
Commissioner, of course, he shouldn't be here.
okay, everyone, calm down. Yeah, so I'm with you, Hans. I don't think it's going to be dismissed. It should be dismissed. It should, but it's not going to because she wants. Yeah, okay, this is exactly it. This judge's chance are 5 minutes of fame. So the judge can become super famous with this trial, especially with the exposure from it. If you look at Zachariah's one, that was just showed that he didn't really get much exposure from it, even though it was done live. This has got look at this. This is going to be, this is worldwide. This is worldwide. So judges do want to have this. If I'm covering it in Wales, then to you, I know there's some Americans here, but a lot of people will be watching it from the UK, so that have no fight in this. So the judge knows this, and yeah, probably wants to become famous. She wants to be Judge Judy, maybe. I don't know. But unfortunately, when you want to become famous, that's when mistakes happen, and that's when you're basically um, um, people's freedom is played on. Hang on, let me just look here now. Yeah, I don't like playing with people's freedom. I think that, and this is why I get angry. People who already say she's guilty because like, this is her life, this is her freedom, this is not something to play about with. But to a lot of people, they don't care. So, right, hang on, now. Let me find some stuff here now. Premium. No, Law Crime might be covering it, but they're not right this second covering it. They're not live covering it then because it's not there yet. The Zoom link is up, but I don't like to watch it on Zoom, so we will not be watching on Zoom. Good morning from Massachusetts. Have I told you I love that you cover it? Have I told you? You haven't, Robin, but hello. Good morning to you, Robin. You haven't told me that you love that I cover it, but I appreciate that, though. And I appreciate you popping in. I was just telling Chrissy earlier on, she's from Massachusetts as well. And, oh, and I was like, it's good that we got local people here because there's a lot of people that I hear that don't know much about the case, because there's a few people here from the UK, obviously myself included. Obviously, I've done a little bit of research, but I'm offering this to a different audience that don't actually know much about this case. So it's always nice to have local people here that can fill us in about stuff. That's why I appreciate Tom for giving us this insight. We don't get to see this very often. But yeah, thank you for your kind words, Robin. So I do really appreciate that. And thanks for being here. Thanks for popping in and stuff. Good morning, Robin. I love the accents. Different accents. Oh, Patriots. Is that Patriots badge? Um, Looks like they haven't. Yeah, so that's why courts are open. Yeah, they're not there. Zoom is open, but they've not started it yet. I'm in mass hoping Sean jumps on here. So Sean has an open invite. WCal. He has an open invite. He knows that. But he's got some stuff on that he probably won't be. He might pop on today, but I don't think he will pop on today, if I'm being honest. I have asked him, and he said if he's able to, he will. But I'm not putting that pressure on him. I don't expect him to pop on. Helena, what a name! I love this. Helena Handbasket. What a name! I fucking love that. No problems, Helena, and thank you for being here. I don't think I've spoken to you before, so thank you for your kind comments. I really appreciate that. Who's streaming the courtroom? Well, I am. I'll be covering it once it goes live. I'll be covering it. We don't know. It's a pool camera, so there's gonna be lots of people. Um, Erin, hack, hack, hack. So Erin, when you been here long enough, you get your own song. So Erin's song is ole 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 ole. Erin, hack, hack, hack. Hackster. Bump, bump, bump. Ooh, bump it up. You gotta pump it up. Hackster. Okay, what I'll do, WCal, I'll send him a link. Hi, Erin. He's rushing home to catch this. Hope he makes it. I'll send him a link anyway, just so if he wants to come on, he can come on. Hey, everybody. Here we are. Let me just send Sean a link then, just in case. Invite. And I'll message him as well. New email. Send. Right, I'll send him a link anyway. And I'll message him now as well. Did you see the doc this morning? No, I didn't, Robin. What's he saying? The Commonwealth motion to have a buffer zone. Shut up. Around the quarters to prevent protests. They're peaceful protests. They can't. This is ridiculous. I know I've not seen that, Robin. Thank you for saying that. I've not seen it, to be quite honest with you. That's ridiculous. Hang on, what else is there? If they grant that, Robin, that's just, they're peaceful. They're not doing anything wrong. Just leave them to it. It's different if they were shouting obscenities and stuff like that. Let me send Sean a message. Sure, my brother, how are you? Just so you know, I've just sent you a link to your email address. If you did want to pop on, obviously the crowd want you on, but if you are free and you want to come on, links in your email. Feel free, brother. It'd be lovely to see you for the hearing. Catch you in a bit, bud. Ta-ra. There we are. So I've sent him everything. If he does want to come on, he can. But if they pass this, Robin, I'll be, disgusted because this is such a nice protest. That everyone's doing it. Everything. I mean, oh, don't get me wrong. You might get one or two bad eggs, but on the whole, everyone's so lovely. Bullshit, Robin. Absolutely, absolutely. Um, but I don't know. We'll just have to see. But that is probably something she will grant. But actually, I don't think she will grant it because we're going back, right? She wants the circus. I think Bev wants the circus. I think she definitely wants it. Um, so we're granted the motion, not let the protesters in. Um, yeah, the tape on the stairs. Yeah, I don't know. I've not even seen the motion. I don't know what's in the motion. I really, what are they trying to gain from this? Um, I linking to what Aaron's saying. See this tape on the stairs. The tape. But this is, do you know what? I'm sure if we had Dana Paul on here, they'd be able to answer this question a lot more because I know that they are restricted and also they're compliant. They comply. Look at that. Everyone's forming an orderly queue outside, which is they're supposed to. No one's like, going into the tape or any. Everyone's complying. I mean, I get a sort of buffer, but there's a buffer there now. The way it's done now is fine. Um, oh my god. Aaron Hack, nail on the head. KR's court date, uh, the hearing has crime tape, but there's no crime tape at the crime scene. Well, how true is that? How true is that? How ridiculous is that? There's more crime tape at a hearing than there was at the crime scene. Look at the flag. Look at that as well. Love it. Love to see that as well. Right, I'm still keeping an eye out. So Core TV and everybody don't tend to go live until people are in the courtroom. Hang on, there's one here. Someone's gone live now, but I'm not sure who it is. Let me check to see who this is then. Someone's gone live. I just need to find out which station it is. I don't know which station it is. Okay. I know Zoom is live, but I don't want Zoom. Just there we are. Been I graduated with McCabe. Ah, okay, okay. Oh, Robin, that's lovely to hear. I didn't know. I'm just let me go to Boston 25. Look at that again. You see the list, Erin? Do you see that? That's Lally. That was Dana with a list of streamers. That was nice to see. No, there's let's go. Right, hang on. Hola! How you doing, Josie? How are you doing? Just trying to find because I know some people actually got the stream up. So let me go back there then. Who's there's definitely a stream live, but I can't find it. It's not Boston 25. It's probably Core TV then, so I'll just go back to Core TV. No, it's not Core TV. Who is it then? No, the Birdwatch. It's all good. It's all good. They have it, but I know some streamers have got the courts inside. They got the Zoom link, which I don't want. I don't care about that. But there's some that are actually watching. There's nothing happening in court, right? But still, I don't know what link they got. I don't know who they got. Let me just search Karen Reid hearing again then and see what happens. Karen live. It's good to see. To be fair, he deserves it. Turtle Boy's up top. Like he's got 4,000 viewers, so that's good to hear. I mean, he deserves that. He does deserve that. But who's he recording then? Because hmm, that's dumbfounded me. I can't find anybody. I'm not the only one. Most people don't have the stream up, but some people do. Some people using Zoom, but I do not want to use Zoom. Tillboy's got one, but I don't know whose stream he's using. Oh wow! So they want the protesters to be 500 feet away from the court when the trial commences. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. 500 feet. That's just not wrong. You got the right to peacefully protest, in my opinion. Who the fuck is this? I literally there's a stream at the inside, but I don't know who it is. Yeah, yeah, he's doing it, but he's got the same stream as oh look at that. He's got the same stream as Turtleboy. I don't know who's I'm not gonna stream LTL because that's sniping. I want the I just want who it is. Core TV, whoever it is. I don't know who it is. But I don't know who he's using. It's not a massive issue because they're not. It's nothing. It's not starting yet. Oh, Sean, come back to me. Yeah, he's going to try and pop on. Yeah, he's going to try. Sean's going to try and come on, so that's fine. We'll see if he does or not. But there's no pressure. Right. Okay, as well. I mean, he's got the stream, but normally got a company name on there. But it's okay. It doesn't matter because once it goes live, it'll be live. But Turtle Boy's good as well. I don't know who Turtle Boy's using. If people can figure it out, let me know because I can't figure it out. Who is the one streaming it? Yeah, thank you, LW Carl. Yeah, we're not live. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, it's just so it's the LTL, Turtle Boy, Docket. They're all watching the same one. Nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. So it's all good, and they're not going to go live until everyone's in there. So I'm not. It's fine. It's just more about which one are they? Because it's not Boston 25. It's not Law and Crime. It's not Core TV. So I don't actually know who they're using. That's the thing. I don't know who it is. Yeah, Karen's there. It's as I say, I'm not panicking about it. It's just who are they? Um, oh, there's plenty of there'll be plenty of coverage, Robin. Once they go in, and that is a tragedy, by the way. That's a tragedy. Once they go in, the people go into the courtroom. It's going to go straight live. It's not a problem. It's just who has got it live website in chat. But message me Discord or Messenger. Messenger. Santa Community TV. Oh, okay, is that on YouTube then? Okay. Oh, Erin Hack's coming to the rescue, as always. Oh, is that who it is? Okay, this should work, hopefully. Just waiting for it to load. Da-da-da-da. Ah, yeah, that's not the one. I'll put that up for now, but that's not the one that I wanted. But thanks, though, Erin. It's still useful to have it. So you can see core for yourselves, guys. But um, there's another one that Turtle Boy is streaming, but I don't know. Yeah, Turtle Boy's doing it, but I don't know whose link he's using, as his stream is using. But it's all good. We'll have this for now. Once it goes live, we'll get another stream. Yeah, I just read it. 500 feet. Yes, it's ridiculous, isn't it? It's ridiculous, isn't it? Young jerks. But what's young jerks doing? But where's young jerks got it from? No, he's not. He's got it. He's got it himself. He's got it from somewhere else. It's all good. It's all good. I'll say once we go live, there'll be more stations that we can pick from. I think TV streaming. No, it's someone different. Trying to find out. Thank you, W. Carl. Yeah, thank you. No, it's so Mike, Brian, and Turtleboy are all streaming the same stream, but they're not streaming from Young Jerks. It's somebody else, and I think there's another streamer as well. Boston 25. Kim W. Hey Kim, Boston 25. I just had Boston 25. Hang on. Let's put Boston 25 in as well. Let me just go back to Boston 25 then. Unless he's doing it from something else, because I can't get it. Oh, Boston 25 website. Hang on then. We get there. It's not even open yet. It's not even started yet, so it's all good. This is why I need a VPN. Hang on. So Boston 25. Well, I've got my VPN switched on, so how can I not get this? I got it. I got it. I got it, peeps. It's all good. Who's panicking? I don't know. So hang on, we got it. Yeah, baby, we got it. Thank you, everybody. What? Hang on. It's not. It wasn't that one. I must have put something else in. Watch live. Yes. Well, the problem I got is that. Right, I'll find it. It's- right. Fine. Hang on.
So council will argue the motion here this morning. But before we begin, I have been told repeatedly from both Mr. Jackson and Mr. Yannetti, and I do understand completely that Mr. Yannetti cannot be here today. He's certainly excused from being here today. But I was told that there would be a motion for a motion to dismiss based on egregious government misconduct. I was told that by both Mr. Jackson and Mr. Yannetti. I asked Mr. Yannetti how that motion to dismiss was any different than the motion for sanctions and motion to disqualify the district attorney's office. He assured me that it was in fact different. He assured me that he would put in the body of the motion how it was different. And he assured me as recently as last week that that motion would be filed later that day. So that motion has not been filed. That motion then is waived. So what we have today are two motions regarding Rule 14 obligations. So who's going to argue? Is it Ms. Yannetti or? Okay, so I need you at a microphone. So I will hear you on the motion where you're looking for notes, reports, memoranda, and logs.
Thank you. Your Honor, at the outset, I just want to note that as this court is aware, we have a motion pending before the court to disqualify the Norfolk DA's office from this case. Our position, therefore, is that the DA's office should not be participating in this case or arguing any motions, including this one. And I raise this issue just to alert the court that we are not waiving any objection to their continued involvement in the case.
Okay, so I haven't decided that because I was waiting for the motion for egregious conduct, motion for sanctions, or motion to dismiss based on egregious governmental misconduct, because I needed to be assured that that was different than the motion to disqualify. If I had known it was not coming, and maybe no intention of filing it, I would have decided that motion by now.
Your Honor, it was a strategic decision
Okay.
for us not to file that motion. It's not because it wasn't meritorious. It was a strategic decision.
All
only.
right. You made representations that you were, therefore the other motion, I have not acted on that yet.
I just want you to note the objection, please.
Yeah, the objection's noted, so please move on to the merits
Yes.
of your discovery request.
Absolutely. Your Honor, we're asking for material that fits squarely within the parameters of Rule 14. Statements were made to investigators in this case, including to Mr. Lally and to his staff, and in certain conversations, the state police were even present. Statements of witnesses are simply discoverable. Although they lodged general objections to each of our requests, and these were really boilerplate objections, the Norfolk DA's office appears to be arguing that these witness statements contained in their notes of their conversations, multiple conversations, are all work product. Neither this court nor we are in a position to judge whether the notes are strictly work product without actually seeing the notes. Work product is defined as legal research, opinions, theories, or conclusions. And to be clear, we are not interested in the Norfolk DA's office's opinions, theories, or conclusions. To the extent that these notes contain work product along with the statements, we are fine with the work product being redacted. We are not interested in their work product, but it is important for us to know whether their notes contain any statements of witnesses, and if they do, they should be turned over to us. Otherwise, discoverable material is not off limits simply because a prosecutor writes something in the margins of a document. That would give an attorney the power to keep otherwise discoverable materials out of the hands of a party who should legally be entitled to see the material. At a minimum, Your Honor, this court should order the Norfolk DA's office to disclose whether its notes contain any statements. They have not disclosed that. If the notes contain any witness statements, and if the Norfolk DA's office is objecting to producing them to the defense, then we're asking this court to have the DA's office produce those notes to the court so that this court can conduct an in-camera review of their notes and evaluate whether they are truly all work product or whether there is in fact discoverable material contained therein. Beyond that, Your Honor, we would rest on our motion in a brief.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Lally, your response, please.
Yes,
And Your Honor, I'll be brief. So essentially what the defendant's motion seeks is, and I would object to the mischaracterization of every single phone call or conversation with a witness as an interview with a witness, but I'm not even sure what half of these are referring to, as I don't recall any of those specific meetings occurring. But if there were meetings, any meeting with a witness post-grand jury was in reference to either harassment that they were sustaining as a result of actions of others in this case, or as a result of a simple explanation as to Rule 17 motions that have been filed for individuals' phones or phone records or other third-party records that they were the subject of. It's a boilerplate response because it's a boilerplate law that applies in this case as far as work product that applies to each and every one of the requests, with the exception of number 8, of which the Commonwealth has no objection to that.
Explain to me how work product applies.
Your Honor, work product applies and specifically in reference to, it's contained within, and I would largely rest on the Commonwealth's motion, but it's contained within what's cited as Bengsi L. Lang in regard to interview notes in preparation of testimony is work product under the case law, under the rule of criminal procedure. Whatever notations may be contained within those. But essentially, these are not statements as are defined under Rule 14 from any of these conversations with witnesses. Rule 14 doesn't apply to these statements, number one. But secondly, if there is any content, it's either already been provided through the course of the police report, grand jury minutes. There's nothing different than what has already been provided. And then secondly, what the case law states and what Rule 14 states is that these types of conversations with witnesses, whether reduced to writing or not, are within the ambit of the work product doctrine.
All right. Any response? You don't necessarily have to, but I just want to see if you want to.
I would just say, Your Honor, their opposition to our motion does not even acknowledge whether there are statements or not statements. I just heard Mr. Lally say that there in fact are statements. So I am going to ask again that this court take those notes there and go through it and in camera and decide whether in fact all of it is work product or whether there exists within it discoverable materials with statements of witnesses. And I find it hard to believe that there wouldn't be any statements of witnesses concerning this case. Thank you.
Do you want to respond at all?
Your Honor, again, with reference to the, as they term them, interviews, but essentially phone calls with witnesses, these were in regard to explaining to them the Rule 17 process, explaining to them what counsel had filed, what types of records were being requested. It was in large part me talking as far as explaining the law and things of that nature. There were not any statements related to the case or any testimony that was discussed or anything of that nature. The one thing that I was referring to is there is one request that does deal with a meeting which involves preparation of a witness for grand jury, and whatever that witness indicated in the course of that was testified to before the grand jury, and is contained within the minutes and contained within police reports of interviews with that same witness. So there's nothing to report.
All right. All right, the next motion is the Commonwealth's motion for reciprocal discovery. But before we begin with that, Mr. Lally, could you tell me what reciprocal discovery has been provided to the Commonwealth at this point?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
All right, so trial is 3 weeks from today. When did the Commonwealth provide its certificate
So the Commonwealth is
compliance?
unable to file its certificate of compliance at this point. The one, I would say, sort of primary piece that we're waiting on is there were 2 rounds of DNA testing that were done at the Bodie Lab in Virginia. One of those was completed. That was in regard to the defendant's taillight. That was finished, I think, first week of March, and counsel already has all of that. The second piece is in relation to the hair from the rear of the defendant's vehicle. Just for sort of review purposes, that was something that had gone or undergone sort of typical DNA testing, which is autosomal DNA testing, which is taking the profile from, or attempting to take the profile from the nucleus of the cell, and it relates to essentially both biological parents. That sample was of insufficient quality or quantity to generate a sample under the autosomal. So we had asked, and the court had ordered, for the mitochondrial DNA testing, which goes to the maternal side only. And the Bodie Lab is able to do that. My latest update from that, and I say all that just to build up as to a sort of caveat as far as the testing is concerned. So the initial estimate as far as the testing was would put us several weeks out. We had asked that it be expedited. We had paid for it to be expedited. And the quickest that they can turn around a report would be sometime in mid-April. The caveat to that is whether or not there is a sufficient quantity and quality for them to generate a mitochondrial DNA profile from the sample. That I should have an answer to, I was told, by the end of the month. So hopefully by either the end of this week or very early next week, because obviously if they aren't able to generate a mitochondrial DNA profile from the sample, then there's no reason to generate one from the victim and do a comparison. So that would sort of end it there, and then we would then be able to file the certificate of compliance.
All right. Every other aspect of the case, though?
Every other aspect of the case, as I mentioned, there was number 8 in the defendant's motion to compel that we should have to them by the end of this week, if not earlier. So every other aspect of the case, as far as discovery goes, should be done from the Commonwealth's perspective. And that's the reason that I filed the motion, Your Honor, at this time, understanding that they're not obligated under the rules of criminal procedure to provide anything, but given that we have an April 16th trial date and I have nothing as far as any sort of reports or notice of experts or testing or anything really at all, I'd appreciate being able to get that, review that, or at least see it, prior to the day we're impaneling.
All right. What do you say, counsel?
Your Honor, as you know, we do not owe them any reciprocal discovery until they file a certificate of compliance, which has not been done. I mean, we have received hundreds of pages of documents. I mean, 4 days ago, we received like 400 pages of documents we haven't gone through. Counsel just handed us a thumb drive with, I don't know what's on this thumb drive. We have to go through that. So we haven't given any reciprocal discovery because we are not obligated to do so.
Do you intend to call experts
Yes.
in areas other than DNA?
I'm going to have to defer to Mr. Jackson, who is on Zoom.
All right, but counsel to arguing these motions was to be present here in court today, right?
Your Honor, if I can be heard for just a second on that issue, Mr. Lally made it very clear that given the fact that he was not in compliance with his discovery obligations, that this motion was not to be heard today. So this is sort of coming out of nowhere.
No, hold on. So Mr. Lally doesn't decide what motions were to be argued. Today was for all non-evidentiary pre-trial motions were to be argued. This was filed timely. This was on for today. If you feel that you cannot argue it, that's a different story. So you are muted. All right. Mr. Jackson, you're muted.
I don't know how I got muted. Yes, we are intending to call experts, and there are going to be experts that are in areas other than DNA as well. but we haven't provided discovery because we don't even know what the 400 pages that we just, or 500 pages that we just got 3 or 4 days ago include, nor the discovery that was handed to us this morning. As soon as the Commonwealth gets finished with their compliance obligations, we will then comply with our discovery obligations. We have every intention of doing so, and we're fully prepared to do so. We're waiting on them.
So once you get it from the Commonwealth, you can have it in a matter of a day or so, other than the DNA?
Well, I don't know if I can do it in a day, but
Well,
once we have full
You do know, if you're calling witnesses, you know who you're calling, correct?
I have an idea who I'm calling, yes.
All right, and you've engaged experts, so you've been working with experts, so you should have all that information ready to disclose, correct?
We're in the process of getting those decisions finalized, yes, but some of them are going to be predicated on what the Commonwealth discovery and the totality of the Commonwealth discovery looks like.
No,
that's their obligation.
No, I understand. All right, but you will be calling witnesses and you will be calling expert witnesses?
Absolutely.
All right. What is your estimate as to how long this case will take to try?
I assume if the Commonwealth case, I'm just throwing a dart at a dartboard, but based on what I know, if the Commonwealth case takes 3 to 4 weeks, I think our case would probably take 2 weeks.
Okay. All right. Mr. Lally, I suggest that you get that information as soon as possible. It could be that I strike it, but I would hear from the defense on that as well. But at least find out if they're able to do the testing.
Yeah, sure.
All right. All right. Thank you. You have your next date. We'll see you then.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Mr. Clerk.
All right, please.
Fucking hell.
Bye.
Fuck off. What a complete waste of fucking time. This is a frigging joke. Is that it? Jesus Christ, you taxpayers, you should be ashamed. As in, you should be after these people going, what's going on? I mean, I'm glad Karen's happy, but fuck me. How does Lally do this? And the defense don't need to be ready. The defense are like, we're still waiting, Judge. Is that it? We get Tom CPU up. Tom's running out of his card a minute. This is just ridiculous, honestly. Raquel, hello Raquel, how are you doing, my darling? I'm so sorry to you guys out there in Boston. This is a complete and absolute sham. This judge definitely wants to be famous. What the fuck's going on? I mean, John, I've never seen anything like this. Is a shit show. I'm not even making this up. I've never seen anything like this before. Why are we having hearings like this? Tom was in his car resting. Now we've just heard, bloody hell, they're out. This is a murder of a police, 100%. This is a complete sham. Amazing that both the judge and Lally tried to pass this off as failure of the defense to reciprocate, when in reality it's years now and the state still has provided the required discovery date. MJ. Make it make sense, MJ. Make it make sense. None of this makes sense. We just had a hearing for 20 minutes as well. All we learned is that the Commonwealth haven't passed everything on to the defense yet. So corrupted, yes. And Jax is glad for the 2.5 second hearing. He didn't. But this is the thing, right? She's insistent. I did not like that about, if you want to speak, you need to be in court. It's like bullshit, Judge. Do you know how much that's costing Karen, all this travel and stuff? It's as if she wants to make sure that Karen gets bankrupt from all this. She wants to make sure that Karen has to pay for every single penny. She has no money to pay for legal experts. I don't know why, but Tom's stream seems to be, hang on, there's no volume to it. There's no volume to it. Oh my god. Let me go back a
Of their
second.
notes and evaluate.
There's no volume, but there's no audio for a second. Typical mass when dealing with the powers that be. I've not seen anything like this before. But it seems I'm saying this for every trial at the minute. Not seen anything like this before. What's going on? Here she comes. I don't know why Tom's got no audio, but why is she not protected? I'd get mad at this stuff like this. There's lunatics like Grant out there. Here he is. Volume. Careful. That's nice. Oh, no Grant today.
Karen, I like your shoes. Comes her dad.
Aaron, I like your shoes.
What's up, bud? Good to see you. Hi, Sam. Good day.
I mean, we're 21 days from the trial. Do you expect it to happen? The judge originally said. Just don't,
Kendall.
I believe if it goes to trial, I think there is enough information that's been put forward and argued by Attorney Jackson that the grand jury at the state level perhaps was not provided with all of the information it should have been, perhaps not as forthcoming in the prosecution. So I think to the extent that that informs Judge Canoni's decision about whether or not to dismiss this case based on Attorney Jackson's performance, I think that is meritorious. I truly do. But we all know the case. If we go to trial, we will prevail. There will be experts, informed experts. And I always keep thinking of this. I remember some of the letters that were produced in the court. One of them in particular that came, I'm going to paraphrase it, I may be off, General Counsel for the U.S. Attorneys responding here to Norfolk County, essentially saying that the acting U.S. Attorney from Massachusetts has a very different opinion of this case than what is put forth from the Commonwealth here. And I look upon that as the overarching fact that keeps me going. That somebody at that high level, highest level, federal authorities, based on their investigation that is still ongoing, my understanding, essentially or allegedly believes, this was in that letter in early August, and you know what I'm speaking of, you have it. It's the second paragraph, essentially saying Joshua Levy has a very different opinion of the circumstances in this case. And it is essential that his investigation go on. So I'm a reasonable individual. And when I look at that and I digest that and all of the evidence that's been put forward by Karen's relentless defense team, I'm very encouraged.
Bill, did you see why did the judge said that she was expecting a motion for egregious prosecutor misconduct? Why was it not filed?
Gross government misconduct, governmental misconduct. My sense is, as you heard, it was strategic, and you can make of that what you like. But I think you have a pretty good understanding of what it means from our standpoint. It's not that it wasn't substantive, not that it wasn't meritorious. That's my understanding. I don't know what it contained, but from what I was able to glean, just the hearings, it was meritorious. But it was a strategic decision.
How about this? It looks like it'll be a 6-week trial from what we can tell. What do you think about that? What do you make the 6 weeks?
It's been a hell. 26 months, it's been a hell. And if we have to go to trial, we will clear this up. My daughter's got a great defense team, and we've got the facts. We have the facts. We have the truth. And so I'm not. Listen, I want this to end. No father should have to go through this. For a factually innocent child, I want this to end. If it has to end through the court proceeding, then it will. But I'm hopeful this Honorable Judge Kanomi will see the merits for the dismissal argument and dismiss this case.
You have a sense that that's what she will do, or
I have no sense. I have no sense. That's within her decision making. But I'm hopeful. I think she's an honorable judge, and I hope she sees this case and its limitations in terms of what's going to go forward. So thank you all. I appreciate all your help. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Reed.
Let's walk through it.
That's amazing. Good job, bud. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that just such a nice guy?
So nice. I know, right?
Yeah.
What a nice family.
Oh my God, yes.
Breaks my heart to him.
Yep, it does. But that's why we're here.
You know, I'm gonna cry.
I know. It's okay. It's okay.
Oh,
That's
God,
why we're
it's
here.
sad. Hi.
Okay?
I know, I know. Mm. Sad.
She knows. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'll wait for me. Is she the new most just filed?
No.
No,
Even mentioned
I don't wanna-
pets with free carry shirts. I'm not Nathan.
Wait,
Wait,
the motion was the I just posted the screenshot. Was the motion released?
I Turbo was talking about it on that thing.
They
want-
I
I
gotta
gotta drive up to Hooksett, New Hampshire to go to work, so
Yeah,
I'm
they're
gonna
gonna
watch
try to-
it in the
So
quiet
we
and
can
drive.
I can understand the gear inside, but
Huh?
they're gonna try to keep you.
Yeah. I'll get one now. Yeah, no. I forgot. Forgot about that. Scott, where's your brother? He said he'd give me a ride home.
Oh.
So.
He was out here talking about.
Yeah, he's young.
I watch you every single time.
You're watching me right now. How are you? Thank you for watching me.
Yeah, I do.
Hi, my dear.
I do the born stand
Oh,
up.
at the Rotary?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. You do that.
Yeah.
Do you want to say hi to people?
Shout out to Tom. He does a great job as well. He does a great job. I love watching him, and to see the people out there. Um, uh, check something else here now. Oh, okay. Right. I thought that was very impactful by Mr. Reed as well. Let's get out of there. That was really good. Really good interview with Mr. Reed. You just got a feel for him, don't you? You got a feel for him. Um, right. So that was the attorney. Was Yanetti's sister, I believe. She was outstanding. I like her. I hope they use her a lot more. She was very direct, the judge. Yeah, judge, I don't care what you're saying. Just put it on the record, yeah? Direct. I love it. Right. So we learned nothing today. I mean, what did we learn? We learned that the state have not given everything in yet. They're giving some things, but not everything. Just give a pen drive in an envelope, which the defense like, what the fuck's this? We don't know what this is yet. Um, so we know that much. They've not given everything, but they want everything from the defense, which, as they said, they don't have to give everything until they've received everything. So they're still waiting. We're literally 3 weeks out of trial, and they've still not received everything. Is that quite? Is that normal? Yeah, it is normal. Unfortunately, it's very normal. Unfortunately, um, but it's still ridiculous. It shouldn't be the case for a murder trial that we're still 3 weeks out and still have not received everything. So I did not like when she said that. I don't need them now. I did not like when she said that Jackson couldn't speak because he wasn't in court. That to me was an arsehole move by the judge. I don't mean to be disrespectful to her, but that's a really bad decision by the judge. Obviously, he just didn't give a shit anyway, and he just spoke over her. So I think that shows you the level of respect that they have for her as a judge as well. They don't have much. But rightly so. I mean, why does Karen need to pay for more flights for them to come over? It's just ridiculous. More cost for Karen when Zoom works perfectly fine. This whole hearing could have been on Zoom. The whole thing, it just wasted everyone's time. It feels like we're just wasting everybody's time. Well, that's what it feels like. Taxpayers' money, everything. Just was bullshit. No, I'm not going to say bullshit trial because it's going to trial. This is 100%, in my opinion, going to trial now. So we're going into a different environment now once it goes to trial. People sometimes ask why not wanting to go to trial because if you watch trials, some of you probably don't watch trials or don't watch that many trials. I'll tell you, once you're in a trial, it doesn't matter what facts you think you got. It's a flip of a coin. It because the the judge can allow stuff in, and she can suppress wherever she wants. So the fact that the inspector is under scrutiny, he's being investigated. The judge will just say that's not allowed in as evidence. Possibly, that's impactful. If you know, you want the jury to hear that the lead investigator is being investigated, and the chances are she's not going to allow that in. Or if she does, that's huge. But more than likely, she won't allow that in. There's a lot of evidence and testimony that she will not allow in. So everything you think you know about this case, forget about it. Because once it goes to trial, forget about everything you think you know about this. You have to start from scratch because most of it's not going to be put in. A lot of it's not going to be put into evidence. Whether you agree, whether you like that or not, that's the reality of trials. The trials, you see Twitter, all these people doing great work with the evidence, but when it comes to trial, it's worthless because it means nothing. Because most of it either will not be allowed in, or if it is allowed in, it'll be presented in a totally different way to what we think is going to be presented. So yeah, strap in. It's going to be a bumpy ride. Strap in. Especially if you don't know how trials work. I implore you, don't come into this trial thinking that you know all the evidence, because it's going to be a different trial. We're doing a kidnap trial now, quadruple murder trial, and even at the end, people are saying, "Well, where's this evidence? We heard about these documents. We heard about this DNA. We heard about it. None of it was presented. So either it was suppressed, or it didn't exist." And that's why, I implore everybody that if when this goes to trial, and not if anymore, I don't think, it's just be prepared. It's not going to be like you think it's going to be. Not trying to be negative about it, but any trial that happens, any case that goes to trial, it's 100%. People don't like to hear that, but it's the truth. It's the truth. It's when you got 12 jurors, you don't know what they're going to say, how they're going to act. We don't know what's going to be put in as evidence, what the judge is going to allow. She could allow some bullshit stuff in. We've seen in so many cases. I've been doing this for over a year, and we see it in every trial. The things that are allowed in and things that are not allowed in. It's hugely impactful on the trial, and that could easily influence a jury. Then, if the judge wants this to be, a judge can essentially, I'm not accusing her of this or any of the judges, a judge can actually turn the tide of a trial and make someone guilty without any real evidence, if they wanted to. So the judge can suppress anything she wants to. So by the time we go to trial, as I say, everything you think you know about this trial, forget it. And if you watch on this channel, forget about everything. You have to watch. I watch as a juror. I don't watch with my heart on my sleeve. I try and watch it as a juror. And I try to forget everything I've heard. And that's why I've not delved into the marks on the arms. That's why I've not gone into the whole hypothermia stuff. Even though I've got thoughts, I've not gone into any of that in any streams like all the other content creators, because A, I don't want to influence anything, and B, I want to hear the experts, because that's all that matters, is the experts. So yeah, I feel sorry for her. I don't believe she should be going to trial, not because of everything else, just the whole thing around it doesn't sit right with me. But it is probably 99% chance it's going to trial. And if you want to watch it here, please do so. But as I say, if you do watch it here, I don't care if you think she's guilty or innocent, or not guilty. Just I'll always start every trial with defendant's innocent, and then we go from there. And I think you're going to have to, whether you like it or not, you're going to have to base everything off the evidence, because that's what the jury are basing off. If you just base off everything you read on Twitter, then you've got no hope in this trial, because it's going to be a very frustrating trial, I imagine. I implore you just to look at the evidence, whichever side you're on, the not guilty or guilty side. Just look at the evidence as it's submitted, and base it all on that. That's what I'm going to do. I know that's what the majority of my audience is going to do. So we'll see. There's plenty of other channels out there, by the way, that if you're in the guilty camp, there's there's people out there for that. If you're in the staunch not guilty, I don't care what's been submitted, she's not guilty, there's plenty of channels for that. This channel moving forward is just going to be about what's submitted. I don't think we should go to trial, but now we're going to trial, then I'm just going to concentrate on all the evidence that is going to be presented to the jurors, rather than what I've heard around on Twitter and everything like that. Hope that makes sense. I'm not sure if it does make sense, but to me, it makes sense because I believe that if you want a true verdict, whether we like it or not, you can only base. So we can't talk badly or comment on jurors unless you judge them on based on what they've heard themselves. That's my point. So I don't know. There we are. Anyway, thank you very much for being here. Chat's gone so quiet now. I shut the fuck up. People are leaving, so I think we'll end it there. That's where I stand. That's where I believe in anyway. So it might not be for everybody, but please come back. Let's support it. Let's see what happens. If you are out in Boston, you're out there, protesting and stuff like. Please look after yourselves. Please continue the good work that you do. As I say, whatever camp you're in, we just remember that Karen is innocent unless proven guilty. So she deserves that. For me, she's 100% going to get that. This channel will always be a defendant's innocent unless proven guilty. So, right, with that, some of you, I will see you in a little bit. Carrie Egertrow, what the hell? What time does that start? I don't remember. In about that. That starts in an hour and a half. Jesus. So yeah, I will see you all in about some of you in an hour and a half. The rest of you, thank you for being here. And I know a lot of people are going to be watching replay crew. You always do. I do appreciate that. I don't give you enough credit on replay crew. Thank you so much for taking the time. Because in the UK, most people they don't watch this live; they watch it afterwards. So and they do watch the chat and stuff like that. So shout out to you. Shout out to those of you that also support me by coming back. You watch it with other. There's a lot of you that go out and you watch it with Turtle Boy, the Glera, LTL, myself, and you bounce around and give us all the love, the likes and stuff like that. So appreciate all of you for that. Do that. It helps everybody out. So with that, I'm going to end the stream. Thank you so much, and I shall see you for the trial for most of you, April 16th. I think there might be another one. I'm not sure. There might be another hearing. I'm not sure. But if it's anything like this, it's going to be bullshit anyway. So, so with that, take care of yourselves and see some of you in about an hour's time. With that, take care.